Hey guys, welcome to LA Love Creative, and today we're talking about how to shoot with harsh lighting. Now make sure you hit the bell so you can stay notified when we post new videos. Drop the intro. Now a lot of photographers know that the best time to shoot a model or any type of talent is sunrise or sunset. Now, me personally, if I can avoid it, I am not a morning person, so I don't like shooting sunrise. So just sunset for me. But when it comes to lighting, if you really want that soft light on your subject, you want to shoot around the time when the sun is going up or down, and that will get the most flattering light for your model. However, as a photographer, I hate to break it to you, there's gonna be a lot of times where you have no choice, and that's it, you just have no choice. So today I'm gonna talk about my top 3 tips on how to work around harsh lighting and make it work for your images. Tip number 1 is try to find the shade. Now I recently had to shoot with a model with the agency I'm working with. I had to shoot around noon, finishing around 3:30, maybe 4. So while I was in that time frame, I had to figure out ways to make these images work. And one of my main tips is to find the shade. When you're shooting a model and it's harsh light, try to find the shadiest area you can. The reason for that is, one, you can avoid blown out highlights. You can really focus on the model without having to blow out the background. Another reason why shooting in the shade really works is it's gonna give you more of a flattering, softer light on the model as opposed to just shooting in direct sunlight. When shooting in the shade, you can really come off as flat. So the lighting can really take away a lot of the contrast and a lot of the shadows and kind of make a boring, bland image. So when you're shooting in the shade, try to figure out ways to add contrast, whether it be negative fill on one side, whether it be redirecting the model so that there is some type of shadow and some type of highlights in the shot. So just keep that in mind when shooting in the shade, that lighting can be kind of flat. So you're gonna have to figure out ways to add shadows and add dimension to your images. Tip number 2, it's not my favorite tip. I personally like to leave my strobes and my flashes for when I'm in the studio. However, in a lot of situations, adding a strobe or a speed light to your camera just to fill in the face when you have harsh shadows underneath the eyes. So by using a speed light, you can fill in the face a little bit. It also will give you really cool catch lights or eye lights in your eyes. So keep that in mind. What I like to do is I don't like to lose the natural look, the natural lighting look when I'm shooting outside. So I'll usually put my speed light on top of my camera and keep it at its lowest settings, or bounce it off the ceiling or bounce it off of a wall. When you're shooting outdoors with speed lights, you don't want it to overpower your model and look fake. So just keep that in mind when you're using a strobe or a speed light. But shooting with speed lights is a great way to add a little bit of fill light to your images when you're shooting in harsh lighting. Tip number 3, it's not really avoiding harsh light, but more of embracing it. So I like a lot of moody looking images. I am a big fan of shadows and depth and just really having something look a little bit more edgy, but not every project calls for that. So it really depends on the look you're going for. If you're going to embrace harsh light, I would wait towards the end of your shoot. That way the sun can go down a little bit, making the light a little bit more soft. That way, even though it's harsh, it won't be as harsh. Harsh light is very cinematic, and you should really embrace it as well, because it really could give you some really cool looks for the project you're working on. But that's all I have to say about that today. So let me know if you have any questions about photography or videography. And also let me know if you have any other topics that are really quick that you would like me to do tutorials on. And I will see you next time. See you later.